new car, and to get the new car, I had to trade in my old car, which I had not paid like any money on at all. And when I'm trading it in, I have to borrow all that negative equity, blah, blah, blah. So when I'm getting everything checked out, the person's looking at me and they go, do you want to get gap coverage? And I go, well, what the fuck is, how much more is that going to add to the cost that I'm not going to pay on this car? Well, here's the thing. You have a lot of negative equity, and if you total your new car, the gap coverage will clear out your balance altogether. I go, are you telling me that I should get gap coverage and then just immediately total my car and start back at zero? She goes, no, I would never tell anybody that. That's illegal. But if you get gap coverage... So I got gap coverage and a live grenade. And I'm just waiting for somebody to sideswipe me and go, it's just a scratch. The fuck it is. That shit's total. Project Mayhem Motor World style. I'm very into doing illegal things. I don't know why. I just enjoy doing them. And sometimes I kind of just fall into them. A while back, I impersonated a lawyer and got away with it. And I didn't realize how illegal that was until one of my friends is like, do you know how illegal that is? I'm like, no. So I Googled, like, how illegal is it to impersonate a lawyer? And Google's like, that's super fucking illegal. Here's what happened. One of my good friends got a DUI and he didn't feel like paying for a lawyer. She's like, hey, do you want to represent me? I'm like, yeah, I got nothing better to do today. I can do that. I'm not a lawyer. So I go and I get a really nice suit from the Salvation Army and I represent him in court. Now, keep in mind, at this time, I had a really bushy beard and long hair and this suit was like way too big for me. So I look like a porn producer who got kicked out of the Talking Heads. So I walk up to the arresting officer and I go, hi, my name is Zach Hammond, real name. I go, I'll be representing him today. If you're willing to drop the summary charges, he will plead guilty to DUI and apologize for his belligerence on set night. And the cop goes, we can definitely work something out. So then we go in front of the judge. I introduce myself, real name again. I go, I'm Zach Hammond, I'm representing him. She goes, oh, I don't recognize your name. Are you new? I go, kinda. She goes, well, great. Give us your information and maybe we can find you some work in the area. I go, that'd be fucking awesome. I was working at the Dollar Tree at the time. I could totally be a fucking attorney right now. That's a huge pay upgrade. So the cop explains everything to her. She signs the paperwork. I sign the paperwork. My friend signs the paperwork. The cop signs the paperwork. And we leave. I get 2 feet out the door and she goes, Mr. Hammond, come back here for a minute. And that's when my asshole got real tight. She goes, we can't seem to find any of your information in any of our databases. I go, well, that's odd. Maybe you should check it again. She goes, well, how about you just give us your attorney's identification card and we can get this thing clear. I go, I don't have it on me today. Send my other suit. She goes, what kind of an attorney doesn't have his identification card on him? I go, all right, listen. I'm not really an attorney. I'm just helping out my friend today. Don't fuck this up. That's when she goes out loud, what do you mean you're not an attorney? I go, that's the shit I'm talking about. That's when a real lawyer looks at me and he goes, what makes you think you can come in here and just pretend to be a lawyer? The fact that I did it? She goes, I'm not dealing with this right now. The two of you get to the back of the room. I will deal with you at the end of the day. Now I'm pissed. Not because I'm in trouble with the law, but I do have work later. It's one thing to call my boss and go, hey, I'm sick today. It's another to go, and depending on what the bail is set at, I might be sick tomorrow. She makes us wait until the entire court is clear because it's conspiracy at this point. She already signed off on all the paperwork and everybody saw her do it. So she brings the two of us in and she goes, I never want to see the two of you in a courtroom together ever again. Do you understand me? Absolutely. I don't tell anybody this happened. You